What's going on, boys? No guys here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video we do have a 100k team meta team for the Premier League. We're going to go straight into this and we want to go with the first card. Don't forget the prices may change, so when you watch this video, in cases, look on my channel, I might have a newer video out, but the first card we're going to go in is Werner. Now you might be thinking 50% of the budget, are you mad? But it's very important to have a top tier striker. Werner's got everything you want. He's got the shot power, the finishing, the agility and balance is decent. You can put a hunter him. Now if you don't want to use him, you don't have to use him, but I think for a striker, he's a top tier card for a starter squad. And just 40k, anyone get their hands on that, but you can always sub him out. We're going with one card, that's Zaha on the left wing, and I'll show you how to play this all in game at the end. Zaha is a formidable card. The most important thing this year is that 5-star weak foot. 5-star weak foots have been known to be very important, especially this year. Just simply the new skill moves. Of course, you do have the spin turn, of course, that you are probably aware of, and the scoop fake. So those are very effective and only be done by the 5-star skill move guys. And for 10k, he's actually a very cheap price. On the next card we've gone with is Mora. Now Mora is one of the best cards you can get for money. For 12k is an absolute steal. Why? It's because when you put a hunter or you put a finisher on him, he can play basically anywhere. You put a finisher on him, he can play in striker because he's got the high agility and balance. He can play anywhere along the front line, left wing, right wing. He can play in strike, he can play in behind as a 10, as a cam. That's why I'm playing him, in fact. But a very short player. At the height of 5'9", very short player, can very easily move. Now we know left dribbling is very hard this year, so you wanted a player that's very good on the ball. Got good jumping as well, so you can get those headers in. But most important is those shootings. That was the main thing. Now, there's two options you can go with. Now, if you want to, you can go with Vardy. Now, if you don't like Werner, let's say you're not a big fan of Werner, you can just put a hunter on Vardy and get Vardy and get the job done. The issue is he hasn't got the long shots. There isn't that many better strikers you can get in the Premier League. In fact, if we go over here and we sort this by Premier League, you're going to see that all the strikers in the Premier League, as of right now in this video, they're all very much expensive. And you don't want to spend your entire budget on this team. You know, you're looking around about look 16k for Anthony Martial, which I'll be honest, it's not a bad price, but he's extinct right now. There's none of him on the market. So if you sign for 16k, then okay, fine, fair play. But the chance of getting him is extremely low. So what we've gone with is we've gone with a cheap player like Rodrigo. A very good player. Always been known to be a top good starter team player. Decent finishing. 3-star weak foot, which is a bad side, but he's going to be playing as a left wing or a right wing. So it shouldn't necessarily be too much of an issue when you're going forward and when you're attacking. So that's not really an issue on that end. Then when we go over to the rest of the team. So you want to get a good centre mid. Now, realistically, one of the best centre mids is in the Premier League right now. And have a little guess who he is. Might remember from last year and the year before. Have a little guess. 3 seconds. Of course, it's Fred while I drink my tea. I put a shadow on Fred. I've not looked back since. Because you see, you want a centre mid that can do everything. That can shoot, that can go forward, that can defend, that's got stamina. 4-star, high, that can bring the ball forward, bring the ball backward. And he can do that. You can do all of that. Now, if you want to, you can choose. Put a hunter on him. He becomes more attacking. I would stick with a shadow just because I think you get his defense stats even more. But you put a hunter on him, he's already got very good stand tackling, and he becomes a very balanced player. A must-have, in my opinion, for the defensive position in your team. And the next one we've gone alongside with Suzuka. Has been nerfed, not as good as he was last year, but still he's got the very good sprint speed. You put 91 sprint speed, very good defense stats. He is a bit clunky, but because he's got medium-high defense rate, not high, medium-high defensive work rate, it makes one of the best CDMs in the game that you can buy for under 10,000. And don't forget, as time goes on, he'll only be cheaper, so even better for you. Got more room to maneuver on your card. Now, for left back, there isn't really that many options. We're forced to go with Reguilon. You can go with Tierney if you want to go on the lower tier, just because he's much cheaper. You can see Tierney's price over there. But Robbo, he's too expensive, and more importantly, he hasn't got the pace. Reguilon is the fastest player with decent defending. And the benefit of Reguilon is, let's say, for example, you want to change to a 3-5-2. Let's say you don't want to play a 4-2-3-1 anymore. But he's got high work rates. He can fly up and down the left and right flank. 3-star, not the best. But as a guy that goes up and down the flanks with that pace, you put a shadow on him, you're basically good to go. For the goalkeeper, we wanted I've gone with De Gea. Now, I'll be honest, you've got completely freedom whoever you want to go with. Goalkeepers this year have been notoriously bad, especially with finesse shots outside the box, terrible animations. I would go with De Gea or Edison. Those are the two best goalkeepers right now. On the cheaper end, you can go with Leno, But at that point, you might as well go with someone that's taller, and Pope is not that bad. But I think De Gea has always been better for me. But if you want to, you can always go with Pope. He has got the better positioning and a better handling. So it's completely up to you in all honesty. For the right back, there isn't, again, that many choices. We've gone with Fredericks. I think that's how you say his name. Just because there isn't any other right backs. Wan-Bissaka is, of course, a top tier right back. But for the price of 20k, he's very much not worth it for at this stage of the game. Pereira, not bad, but he's a bit too slow. We know how people are abusing the pace on the wings. So you need someone that's really pacey. You haven't really gone up a choice. Cancelo and Walker on the higher end. So you do go with Fredericks. I think for 91, sprint speed is exceptionally good. You just put a Sentinel on him. That's all you got to do. He's already got decent stats. All you got to do is just put a Sentinel on him. And this guy would probably last you, depending on how smart you play, he'll probably last you until November. If you're an exceptionally good player, he'll probably even last you till January, because pace would be the most important thing. But you put a Sentinel on him and it gets the job done. Or of course, if you want to, you can put an anchor on him as well, get the pace boost. For the centre-backs, we've gone with two. Romero is the best centre-back for price to performance. For only the price of 8k, you should be going lower now. But for the price, 8k is extremely good. And don't forget, he's got the agility, not the best, but you know, you're not going to get high 80s agility and balance for a defender, especially in the Premier League for that price. But 6'1", low-high work rate's perfect for a centre-back. Put a shadow on him, you've got one of the best centre-backs that money can buy inside the game. Sprint speed a bit low, so that's why I put a shadow on him, so you can improve it in terms of that. Now, the only other issue is with the other centre-back. There is kind of a thing where you can be like, okay, let's go with Rudiger, because Rudiger is one of those players that's got good sprint speed, but I wouldn't recommend it. He's got 84 sprint speed, but the balance is awful. So yes, on paper, he's a really good card, and I don't doubt that. There is an issue where, okay, maybe we get less stats, but we go with someone that's fast. Now, what my best advice is, Gomez is, of course, out of budget. He's too expensive. What I'd recommend is go ahead and get Sanchez on the cheap. But the best player I would say to get is this guy. And I'm pretty sure you know who he is. I think everyone knows, everyone's seen his card. He is pretty expensive for now. But with 90 sprint speed, really good agility and balance, you put an anchor on him. You're talking about one of the best centre-backs that money can buy. Medium-high work rate, so he does work very, very well. Stamina's not the best, but don't forget he's a centre-back. It's not going to be that much of a big thing going forward. And he's got decent agility and balance. So another card that works very, very well. If you really want to, you can just go ahead and put, of course, Davinson Sanchez here. But Rudiger's a good card, but he does push the team just a bit over budget. So do bear in mind that the budget will increase if you do put Rudiger in. So it's completely up to you. I'm going to save your squad and I'll name it for you. Okay. So in terms of how it works in game, a 4-2-3-1 is probably the best, I would say. I'll go Werner striker, Mora cam. These guys on a wing, and that's where I'll lay it out. If I'm going 4-4-2, well, I sit my team. By the way, I'm recording this in between I'm editing a video. That's why you're wondering why I'm so disorganized. But yeah, here you go in a 4-4-2. Perfect system. And if we go over to the 3-5-2 over here, I would say Mora in striker. And you can put whoever you want here. Zaha with a 5-star weak foot there. Rodrigo on the side. And put put Rudiger in the middle because he's the slowest out of them all, though he's got the fastest sprint speed. And finally, we're going to be playing the 4-1-2-1-2. Exact same layout. I would put Suzuka in CDM, Fred in right centre mid, and you got that layout. And there you go, one of the best 100k teams that money can buy right now in the market. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.